Hello, marketers. In this video, we are going to discuss the most important topic, that is the events. As we have already mentioned, events is the most important thing being tracked in this event based measurement model. We are going to track these events, and these events are basically defined as the actions or that are being performed by the users on a website. So these actions which are most worthy for the website owners or the business owners performed by the users are tracked as events. So there are several types of events that are being registered in GF4, while in GF3 there are only events, and there is category, action, label, value based standards for sending events to GF3. But in GF4 we have different types of events like the automatically collected events and the enhanced measurement events, recommended events, custom events, and these are the types of events that are being collected in GA4. So automatically collected events are automatically integrated into GA4 reports or GA4 analytics by the artificial intelligence that is integrated in GA4. So these events are collected and then analyzed and reported to us. So we can get through these automatically collected events into the reports by using the engagement events. So we have the events report in the engagement tab event section. So it would be very better to just go through the interface just by learning through all the concepts. We'll just get habituated to the interface. It's very boring task to get through every tab and just reviewing it, and we would not remember those tabs or the dimensions or the metrics or the different parameters or the events related things and the different reports or the analysis reports we have in our interface. Just by going through this, so we can go through the topics one by one, and we'll get habituated to the interface, and we'll be having a complete overview about the interface, and we can handle any kind of reports or analysis reports in our analysis GA4 reports. If you go through over here, we have the events. As we have already seen, the page view, user engagement in a debug view, as we have gone through the debug view in the previous video, as we have already discussed it. So these are the events which we have already tracked in our analytics. But how? We haven't tracked this. I have just installed VFO on our website, but these are being tracked by the artificial intelligence included in GFO so that it would do the task for us. So all the basic or the very effective or efficient actions performed by the user on any website would be tracked, or any app or any iOS app would be tracked, and these events would be sent to analytics and it would be available in these reports. So this is the page view and the user engagement, scroll, and the session start. So these are the automatically tracked events. So page view is when a user loads a page on your website. So here page view is also tracked as an event, as we have already discussed it. It's the most important thing. Page view is an event over here. So when the scroll is when the user scrolls on your website, and first visit, it's um, the first time he visits your website. And now, to be clear, we have three events, that is web events, app events, and web plus app events. So some events would be compatible with web, and some would be with app, and some would be with both app and web. So this first underscore visit is compatible with both app and web. So if you go through with the automatically compatible events, we have these events which are automatically tracked by Google Analytics. And for related to the app, we have these automatically collected events when the app updates, or when the app is first installed, or when a user clicks on your web, and when a user downloads a file on your website, a file underscore download event would be tracked automatically, and this would also be included in the enhanced measurement. I would just let you know it in a while. And then we have the app related automatic events like the first open, that is when the first time the user launches your app, and the first underscore visit. This is the event that we have seen before in our events report over here. There's a first underscore visit, which means the first time the user has visited your website or your app. So this is a documentation of the automatically collected events by GFO. So Google has a documentation for this. So all these events are automatically collected and the data is being available for us. And the next one is the enhanced measurement events. So enhanced measurement events are present, but these need to be enabled by us when we install GA4 if we want to track these kind of events on a website. And where can we enable this is just get to the admin section. In the admin section, we have the setup assistant, then the tag installation. In the web stream that we have, mm, so here we have the enhanced measurement events to be enabled. So just by enabling this, we can track all these very advanced events and very important events to be tracked automatically by Google Analytics by enabling this. So these are the enhanced measurement events which would be tracked in our Google Analytics if we enable this button. I'm just enabling this. So these are the events that get tracked when we enable this, that is the outbound clicks and the file downloads or the scrolls, or if there's any YouTube video embedded in your website. So the video engagement can be tracked, whether the user has watched for 25% or the number of users who watched it completely, or 75% of the video is watched by the number of users, and all this analytics or the data related to this event would be tracked. And the file downloads, when a user downloads a file on your website. And the outbound click, as we are aware, outbound click is the click that takes away the user from our website to some other link out of our website. So all these outbound clicks will be tracked, and these are very much important. So these are the enhanced measurement events. And then we have the recommended events. So recommended events are the predefined events that are defined by Google, but these will be tracked only when we implement them. So these need to be implemented through GTM or any other hard coding technique or any other technique, but we are going to implement it through GTM in the further sections. But the thing is, the recommended events should be implemented with the same event name and the event parameters that are mentioned by Google. If you could go through the documentation provided by the recommended events for Google, we have the recommended events, and these recommended events are categorized based upon the business vertical. That is, you're based upon your business type. If we could take an example of a retail or e-commerce business, so the most important events that are important for a e-commerce website are already predefined by Google. But the thing is, we need to just implement these through GTM by using the same event name and the same parameters. So they should be the same without any errors. They should be in the same way, like the parameters should be coupon, currency, payment type, like that. So these are all the events that are required for an e-commerce website as defined by Google as a purchase event, and the remove from cart or add to cart when they begin a checkout. So all these events would trigger when a user performs a particular action related to that on your website. And they have also mentioned the trigger when to trigger this event to Google Analytics. So if there's a add to cart, so this event must be triggered only when a user adds a product to your cart. And in our websites, there is also a data layer. We can have a brief discussion about it later. In the data layer, we have the data required for a website or any particular action taken on a website, an event would be sent to data layer. So then we can use that event to trigger this event, or else we can also use the web scraping or the DOM scraping in order to use it as a trigger or an element visibility trigger. All this could done through the GTM, and these events need to be implemented through GTM. So these are the predefined events that Google has already mentioned. So these are the recommended events, come under the recommended events, and then we have the hotel. If the business vertical is related to a hotel or travel, generate lead. A lead is very much important for a travel agency or a hotel. So when a lead is being generated, that is, there could be a lead generation form on the website. When the user submits a form, this event has to be implemented in your website so that you can recognize this, and this data could be sent to Google Analytics on this trigger. And if you have a games related website, and then it will be very important to track the level ups or the level ends or the game installs and all this, or the tutorials being viewed. So these are the predefined and the recommended events by Google for game sites. So like this, you can go through the entire business vertical categories. Based on your business, you can implement those recommended events. And finally, we have the custom events. Here we have the entire freedom to define the events in any way we want. So the event name can be anything, the parameters associated with it can be anything, and we have nearly 25 parameters that could be associated with a particular event. So for example, if a user clicks on a button on your website, so the parameter related to that event would be the click text of the button or the place where the button is clicked. So all these parameter can be sent associated with that event. So the practical implementation of sending events to GA would be discussed in the next video. And these all events can be converted as conversions. So as I've already mentioned, conversion tracking is very easy in GFO. We can convert any event we register or logged into GFO as a conversion. So to have a just brief overview of that, if we get into the event section, so if you can see, you're getting more familiar with the interface right now. So this is the button click event I have been already tracking. So this is the event registered in the events. All the events or like all the types of events would be listed out in this event section. And this is the custom event I have implemented. Or you can say this first underscore visit. This is an automatically tracked event. So this can also be converted as a conversion. So now I'm converting this button underscore click. I have marked it as conversion. So just by turning on this, it would be converted into a conversion, and this would be noted as a conversion. So you can track all the major events that are very much important for you and make it as a conversion, and then you can see them in the conversions report. So here, all the events that are converted as or marked as a conversion would be listed out here. As we have just converted this event into a conversion, so this is marked as a conversion. So all these data would be then tracked as conversion, and we can create new conversion events over here based upon the events that we have already logged. And this is the overview of events that we have created, and these events can be converted into conversions. So it's very easy. So right now it's very important to know the process of sending events to Google Analytics. So these events will be sent and registered over here in the event section, and then analyzed and reported anyway, and these events can be used in the reports, all the custom reports you generate. I hope you're clear with the event section. We'll then practically implement this and send several events to Google Analytics. Thank you.